Hey everybody, this is Dr. Joe Borio with this week's Health Kick. And today I wanted to talk about wellness. What is wellness in healthcare when we use those terms? They've been so commonly used in so many different ways, it's almost difficult to kind of navigate your way through what does wellness actually mean. I think when we read the definition of health or true wellness, it isn't the absence of symptoms, but it is a perfect functioning of the body on every level. And that's what real health is. That's how it's defined in medical dictionaries across the world. And when we understand that, we realize that it is the job of a true healthcare provider to ensure that the body functions like it's supposed to all the time. What's happened, unfortunately, is we are now a very disease-based, reactionary type society. So what that means is we are not motivated by the masses. That doesn't mean certain individuals aren't, but by the masses, we're not motivated to take care of ourselves. We're motivated to pretty much do what we want, eat what we want, not really focus on any type of handbook or manual as far as how the body works like you would with anything else in your life. A computer, an automobile, whatever. There's certain rules that you'll follow, right? Hey, I can only put this kind of gasoline in there. I got to change the oil every so many thousand miles. I got to rotate the tires. I got to do this. I got to do that. We don't do that with the body. We do whatever we want to it. Put all kinds of junk in it. Lousy water, lousy air, lousy food, processed junk. And then we get frustrated when it starts to fail us. And usually our treatment then isn't wellness. It's not health care. It's not health insurance. It's disease insurance. It's disease care. Basically, it comes in the forms of pharmaceuticals, drugs, to treat typically the symptom of the problem. Let me give you an example. If you're eating lousy food and your body starts to develop heartburn, for example, what your body's telling you is, I can't handle that type of intake of food anymore. And unfortunately, what most people do is we take a drug, an antacid, if you will, a Prilosec or Nexium or something like that, to minimize the pain caused by the acid. Well, guess what happens? You diminish the acid that your body makes, so your pain goes away, right? So you don't get the burn there. But now you don't make enough acid to digest the food properly, which in turn limits the amount of minerals you absorb. It limits the amount of nutrients that your body needs and absorbs. It causes other digestive problems, lower down through the GI tract because your food wasn't properly absorbed in the stomach. There's a reason that you have a stomach and a duodenum and an ileum and a jejunum and what they call an ileocecal valve and an ascending and descending and transverse colon. I mean, it's not an accident. There's different processes that occur throughout that garden hose, if you will, throughout that tube. And when we start taking pharmaceuticals all the time for everything out there, geez, there's a pill for if you're too happy, there's one if you're too sad, there's one if you're anxious, there's one if you're a little depressed, there's one if you got a headache, if you got allergies, a knee pain, whatever. And rather than stepping back and saying, geez, if wellness is the body doing what it's supposed to be doing, and there's symptoms, let's intelligently think about this for a minute. And maybe that's the wrong word, intelligently. Maybe we're just moving so damn fast in our society that we don't take the time. Maybe it's not thinking about it intelligently. Maybe it's just taking a minute and a moment out of your day, time, stepping back and thinking, why am I having chronic headaches? What if headaches or pain, let's say symptoms, are your body's way of saying what? Something's wrong. Then why am I having those symptoms? My body's trying to tell me something's wrong. What might it be? Is it because my blood pressure's too high? Is it because of a certain type of food I eat? Is it because I have a lousy pillow? Is it because I'm under a tremendous amount of stress? Whatever. But the bottom line is you certainly don't have headaches because you're deficient in the amount of Advil you took. I mean, nature didn't forget to put some organ right next to the pancreas that doesn't make enough ibuprofen. I mean, there's something else going on. So when we look at wellness care, what we have to understand, really the premise that we need to start operating from, if you will, is that the body is intelligent, that the body has an innate or inborn capacity to heal. And if we know that, and we all know that, I mean, if we look at a plant that's sick, you wouldn't say, give it some Advil. I mean, if you guys walk around your house and you see sick plants, right? No one ever walks around and puts Advil in your plant. Nobody puts Lipitor, you know, and they can look pretty damn sick, right? What are you gonna do? Well, geez, it's not near the sun right, or it needs more water, or it's got too much water, or it needs some type of nutrition. So you already have the belief that there's an innate ability of the plant's capacity for it to heal, to function, to repair itself. You too have that same capacity, that same ability to heal and function. And if we know that to be true, then doesn't it just make more sense? If wellness care is the body doing exactly what it's supposed to, and symptoms are your body's way of saying something's wrong, it's your body's way of telling you, your conscious, educated mind, hey, something's wrong, doesn't it make sense then, just like you would with that plant, to step back and go, what's wrong? Why is my body developing symptoms? What's the cause of my symptom, as opposed to what can I take so the symptom goes away? You know, I know that's not the easy answer sometimes. I know that it's not. I know it's a lot quicker sometimes to swallow down an antacid or a psychotropic drug because you're depressed, or an Advil or a Lipitor or whatever, rather than actually change the lifestyle. But unfortunately, when we look at statistics, guys, the third leading cause of death in the United States is prescription medication. It kills over 300,000 people. 300,000 people die a year from prescription medication. Heart disease is the #1 disease to kill Americans. Cancer is #2. They're all on the increase. Death by drugs is higher. There was a study done by Gary Null, Dr. Gary Null, PhD, it was called Death by Medicine, showed that conventional healthcare kills almost 800,000 people per year. 800,000. It doesn't mean your medical doctor is a bad person. They're not trying to save your life. In fact, probably just the opposite. They're probably working harder than ever to save your life. The problem is the paradigm's wrong. That everybody's waiting till you develop the heart disease or the cancer or some other type of disease before we start involving or intervening, when do it the opposite way. If your body has the capacity to be intelligent and heal and repair itself, doesn't it make sense to seek out healthcare providers, wellness doctors who study wellness, that are experts in wellness, that say, hey, look, this is what your body has the ability to do. If we can nurture that all the time, well, hell, your body won't get sick in the first place. It won't get sick. You won't develop cancer. You won't develop heart disease. That's not me saying that if you study other cultures, they didn't have heart disease. You know, I hear people say it's genetics. The fact is, guys, under genetic experts, the genetic code of a human being hasn't changed in 40,000 years. 40,000. So a generation, 2, 3, 4 ago, people weren't dying of the diseases and so forth that we have. Type 2 diabetes and cancer and heart disease and thyroid problems. They didn't have those problems. Breast cancers. People say it's the breast cancer gene, or, you know, it's not the gene. It's the lifestyle. It's waiting till you're sick. It's putting toxic garbage in your body, and then your body can't handle it anymore and develops diseases. I mean, your gallbladder wasn't designed to quit at 38 years old. It was supposed to last as long as your teeth, which is your whole life. So you need to seek out wellness care, and that's certainly what chiropractors are experts in. We're people that want to see you all the time, regularly, very much like a dentist, so that you don't get sick in the first place, so you don't develop tooth decay. This really needs more conversation, but it was great talking to you. Hopefully I opened some doors of thought in your mind to make you think a little bit more about what wellness care is. This has been Dr. Joe Borio with this week's Health Kick. Remember, guys, eat well, exercise, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep. And remember, you, your mother, your father, your kids, everybody that you know needs to get a good, healthy nervous system so the messages can go from here to here and all the organs and body can function just like it's supposed to. So make sure everybody knows on a regular chiropractic care. Enjoy the week, guys. Talk to you next week.